Welcome back, my amazing chickadees. So, you already finished step 1, where you have picked your question, right? So now you have to answer that question. And we can't say what our claim is and answer the question until we do research. So you have choices for the research. You can go into Amplify and use the Gold Rush collection that we downloaded, or you can go online and do your research. You want to find at least 3 reliable sources. We have to have our MLA works cited information, author, title, publisher. We'll go over all that. You have to have 1 to 2 quotes from each of the websites that you can use. And then remember, if you can't find a piece of information, you just hit NA. So you should have your research organizer open. And if you're watching my video on your own, split your screen. If the teacher's showing it up on the screen, then just have that on your screen while you look up at this. So what have I done for you? I've helped you find some things. This is the information you're going to have to keep track of. There's your MLA format that we've gone over before. And you're going to have to go and do some research. So here's a website. So if I click on this website, it's going to bring me to the website. When I get there, I'm going to search. Let's say I'm doing the first question. I'm going to search Gold Rush, California. And, oh, this looks interesting. 9 things you may not know. I'm going to, before I even take any notes, I'm going to scroll down and see, is there anything I can use? All right, it wasn't the first gold rush, large mass migration. That might be about the impacts of how many people. I could maybe use that. Little videos pop up, just get rid of them. But look at this, right? So it attracted immigrants from all over the place. So we could use that. But, I keep thinking about what it did to the Native Americans, and maybe that I want that to be my focus. So look at this question 4. It was dangerous and deadly for non-white people. So I can use this information about how much they suffered, how their population went from 300,000 to more than 100,000 that were dead in 20 years, and things like that. So I can use that information, absolutely. So I've picked a website, I found the information, and now I need to fill in my worksheet, right? So you have to fill in each piece of information on the worksheet. So if I open up my worksheet, if I open up my worksheet, right, you guys have this on top, and you come right down here, and now I'm going to start doing things. So I might very well split my screen, side by side this with the website, so that I don't have to keep toggling back and forth. I'm not a big toggler. I like to have things side by side. So let me bring you back to the website. All right, so I'm on the website now. So now I'm going to look, right? Oh, there's an author. So I'm going to take the author's name. I'm going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to bring it over. What is the title of the article? Oh, no. Sorry, Mrs. Boudreaux, I made a mistake. That was not, see, look, you got to pay attention. Good thing we can delete things. That was for a different article they wanted me to go to. This article is by Barbara Marzani. So I'm going to take her name, bring it over. It's okay to make mistakes. You just got to pay attention, right? And then what's the title of my article? It's these 9 things you didn't know about the gold rush. I bring that over, right? My website name is, this is from the, it's right up here, this H, right? So the website name, that's hishistory.com. The date published. So I don't see a date up top. I don't just give up. I scroll all the way to the bottom, and look at that. There's a date and a publisher right down here on the bottom. So I'm going to put the date published was 2025. I'm going to grab the URL up here, right? That's our Universal Resource Locator. It's the link. And now I'm going to throw my facts in. And I'm going to put the facts that I wanted to use, right? And we said right here, what are a couple quotes I want to use. I really want to use this information about the population going down. So I'm going to grab this quote here, right? Especially how over 4,000 were murdered by enraged people. I'm going to put that in. And maybe up here, if I'm talking about other people, they passed a foreign miners tax, which made it so that if you weren't from there, you had to pay more money than other people did. And that went against the Chinese. So I can really show how discrimination happened, right, with both of those facts. And now I'm ready to go find another website and keep filling in my organizer. So this is what your task is right now. This is what you're doing right now. You're filling this in, just like I just did. 3 websites. Then when it's time to write your works cited page, you've got everything. When it's time to put your evidence in, you have it. Everything's there. The only thing that I probably should have done to make my life easier is at the end of each of these quotes, I should have put what paragraph it was in, right? So these are numbered. That makes my life easy. So this was from paragraph 4, and this was from paragraph 3. But so that I have a proper citation when I put it into my organizer later for writing, I want to put that in there. So hopefully you understand now how to fill in your research organizer. Nothing to it but to do it. Come back to my example if you need it.